Welcome everyone, this is RGB Fox, and today I have a pure Mitsurugi deck profile, something that I believe you could still play in the format and do well with a few, I call them techs, but they're not necessarily techs, as they should be common cards that you should play in the side deck at the very least, to have the best possible odds against every single matchup that you come across. Your hardest matchup by far, I believe, should be Dracotail and probably even Branded, but I'm not entirely sure since I haven't tested much against Branded, but I tested a lot against Dracotail, and let me tell you, it is not easy. Not always, it just depends. So we are going to begin with the main deck, right? And this is going to be as standard as possible. Shout out to my new Spellground mat. To my boy Robert Hernandez, who sold it to me as one of the Lilac V3 spring seasonal ones. I forget exactly what its name is, but yeah. So to start, 3 Habakiri, 2 Murakumo, 1 Futsu. That's it for the ritual monsters. Honestly, this is all you need. And you know, when the support first came out with the Habakiri and the Lion's Insight, I didn't think that it was actually going to be good. But boy, oh boy, was I proven wrong months later. Days later, I guess. And then, of course, we play 1 of each Saji Kusanagi, 2 of the Aramasa, and a Night Sword Serpent. And that makes up our Snake Engine. This is all you need. I've even had thoughts of cutting the Aramasa to 1. But wholeheartedly, I think this is all that you require for a successful build of Mitsurugi. And let's go ahead and move on to the hand traps. We're going to go with 3 Fuwas. It's the most important hand trap by far. You know, this current format is really determined on whether or not you draw it most of the time. 3 Ash Blossom and 2 Nibiru. Additionally, for the hand traps, we also play 3 Dominus Impulse, and then the 3 Imperms. So yeah, that's all you require for hand traps, in my opinion. I did play Dropless for a little bit. It didn't really work out. It was fine against the Yummy matchup and even against the Mirror match, but I don't like it outside of those matchups, and I think Imperm does his job just fine overall. So because we're playing Impulse, you know, the Nibiru is at 2. We can search it though, which is the main thing to think about whenever you're playing the deck. And honestly, with how grotesque your matchup is against Dracotail, having the Impulse really matters. So next up, we're gonna go through the rest of the engine, which is 3 pre-prep, 3 Mitsurugi prayers, 2 ritual. I was playing 3 at one point earlier this year. I think you just need 2. In fact, you could probably get away with 1, but there are instances where hard drawing it can be really nice. So yeah, the 1 Magatama and the 1 mirror, along with a main deck purification. I didn't agree with the main deck purification, you know, earlier this year, but I think it's fine to leave it in. You're not missing much by taking it out realistically, but I think it is important to secure that as early as possible. It makes going first way better anyway, so yeah. And then for the rest of the non-engine, this 2 Extrav, 1 Prosperity, and 1 Called By. I was also trying to play Super Poly, but like the extravagance really makes Super Poly kind of benign, because sometimes you just banish your fusions and then you dead draw Super Poly often. So if you're gonna play Super Poly, probably don't play Extrav, probably don't play Called By, you know, and then you have the Prosperity to increase your consistency. But oh man, this deck likes to brick sometimes. For the extra deck, we're going to start with the Link monsters. We have the Gorgon. Honestly, you could probably play 2 because of the extravagance, and it might be worth it. This is the best card against Luna Light pre-sighting, right? Because you don't main deck the Kaiju. So having the Gorgon, if you're able to get to it, monsters pointing to it cannot attack, which is irrelevant because the Luna Light fusion is unaffected. The effect that matters is that it cannot be destroyed by battle or monster effects while it points to no monsters, right? And if it does point to a monster, it'll always be above the Luna Light attack damage, right? So you really do require it. If you make it with Masquerena, then it cannot be destroyed by card effects in general, right? So even if they do summon the Luna Light Liger Dancer, you can always summon this on top of the Liger Dancer, and you're able to, gain the attack of the Liger Dancer and beat over it, which is the main reason why I play it, right? 2 IP Masquerena, 2 SP Little Knight, 2 Dynamondo. This is the ratios you want for Extravagance, and the 1 Dark. You could also play 2 of these, but I think you only need the 1. It doesn't come up that often, so. For the XCs, we have Typhon. I play a Garunix just in case. There are times when the Garunix can come up because, aside from Mirakumo, there are decks that can put their board back together, such as Yummy, even after you blow up their field once. So going for the second one is nice. And I like the bonus effect of this card, being able to pop a field spell, not a field spell, but a spell or trap anywhere, right? So if they set up follow-up, this comes in clutch. Dingirsu, I wanted just good options for rank 8s, so that's the main reason why I'm playing these two. You could play Zeus, but for the time being, I just have these here, so it could change. Gallant Granite, this helps you search Nib. It used to search you either the Berry Statue or Fossil Dyna, but with those cards banned, the play really is just set up your board as best as possible. Go for Gallant Granite, have the Nibiru, and have that as security when you go first. Exciton Knight. Who doesn't love Exciton Knight? If you can make rank 4s, I think this is worth having. Genuinely being able to just break a board, alternatively without the Mirakumos, feels nice. You don't need it, but I figured might as well try it. Dugaris. Sometimes you draw the Nib and you want to go further, or maybe you just really want to poke for game at some point or another, right? I think Dugaris is good in decks like this, in Ryzeal, Mitsurugi. Whichever deck makes rank 4s and plays a good amount of non-engine, you want the Dugaris. Draw 2, discard 1, dig for hand traps. Amazing. And then Baguska. That one is self-explanatory, although I don't know if you need it necessarily, but I figured I can make it and it can come up, so we're gonna put that to the side now. And then for the side deck, this is what I really enjoy about the deck, is the freedom to modify it however you want. And we'll start with the Wosu. This is the Kaiju of the deck, and going second against Luna Light. If they don't have the second one, it's obviously amazing. Even if they do, sometimes you can outgrind the Liger Dancer. If they have 2, you can definitely outgrind it and utilize it hopefully next turn to beat over the other one. Shifter. Let's be real. This card is going to be a mainstay for Mitsurugi no matter what. The fact that you can play under it is amazing. So when you go first or second, it's always amazing. Key matchups, Dracotel. Probably Branded. Branded can play around it a bit better than Dracotel can, but still. Realistically, I actually don't see any other matchup that this is bad to side into aside from Malice. And because Malice is picking up in popularity, I am leaving this in the side. But you could argue that you could main deck it and it'd be fine as an addition. Ooh, the camera. There we go. For the other cards, 3 Droll and Lockbird. This is again a card that you could argue that you can main deck. But I typically only really main deck it against the Mirror and the Yummy Mitsu variants, against Striker, right? So that's what I prefer it into. Retaliating Sea, because you do have a bad matchup against, what's his name? Dracotel, right? So you want to utilize this whenever possible. Because Malice picked up in popularity, and because, you know, the Yummy Mitsu matchup is that damning, I think Meows is a great addition to the side deck currently. You don't require it, so if you don't have it yet, fret not. The structure decks for the 5Ds is coming out here soon, I think in about 2 weeks. Although if you are in Europe, you can get them right now, I believe. In America, sadly, we have delays, but I guess that's what we get for having the Battles of Legend delayed, right? And then 2 Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster, or yeah, there we go. I was thinking of Storm for a second. Arguably, you could play 3 Lightning Storm and a Harpies on top of it, but I didn't find space because I really wanted to tech in the Rivalry. So Rivalry is not the best card all the time. Against Dracotel, they can have a very easy way to just out this with Urgla or with Gulamel, and in that case, your Rivalry does nothing. However, the best applications to this is the Yummy Mitsurugi variant. If it is able to stick against Dracotel, it's great against them too. So the more I talk about it here in this video, the more I think that this is actually not that amazing, but it does give you a good option going first, if you're able to have it and resolve it. And you can often protect it with the trap, right? So I think it's still a decent card to put in. If I did switch, it'd probably be for a 3rd Lightning Storm. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching the deck profile. It's just something that I wanted to put up since I haven't put any deck profile content at all in a good minute here, but I'm just using this to play, you know, in locals, and I'm not going to Pittsburgh, not going to no big events. Just decided to put a video out there, and you know, if you guys enjoy the list, you know, of course, give me a thumbs up, share and subscribe, or if you have your own opinions on how to play this deck, I mean, by all means, put it out there. It's very simplistic in what it does. It's definitely not the best variant of it out there, but it's perfect in its simplicity, right? So if you want something that's easy, smooth to run, I highly recommend it. I am going to an upcoming regional, and I think I'm gonna play Dracotel branded. Hopefully I don't get shifted for my life. The last few times I tried to play that deck, well, I found a lot of success for a little bit. Every time I go against any Mitsurugi player, they somehow always have a fissure or an impulse when I only have 1 play, and it really blows, you know. And you can't really do much about it. It's just going to happen. But you know, for that matter, you just have to play to the best of your ability and beat the odds, right? So, you know, I can't blame bad luck alone. Surely there is stuff that I could also do to improve. And also, look at this hand. Oh, amazing. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.